spend a lot of time with family, so that's always good. And we've had a lot of good sports on for the past few weeks, getting into the NFL playoffs coming up, and the college football playoffs, which has been very interesting. So overall, it's been a great new year.
Love to hear that. It has been a good start with the sports in terms of college football playoff, but we're going to be getting into that. Glad you've got to have some good family time. JR, we'll see you're on your commute still right now, but how have you been? How was the New Year's week, and how are you feeling going into this weekend?
Feeling good, man. Glad to get the show back up and running, all week long into the new year. Currently commuting, so might have a little bit of road noise in the background, but glad to be back. Football has been trash for us the last 2 days. I think Roman jinxed us with the whole one seeds and our top seeds with bye weeks, our extreme rest dropping. So we done lost a lot already.
Yeah, we did. We didn't have the best start with the college football playoff. I mean, I just thought that there was no way that the bye teams were going to look like that again this year. There were better bye teams this year than there were last year, and yet I was wrong. I mean, Georgia was the one that we didn't think Alabama was going to win, but we thought Alabama could keep that game close. We thought Alabama could make it a game, right? No, they got humiliated. We thought Georgia was probably the team that was going to be able to get the job done. They're the more complete team all around, top to bottom, than Ole Miss. Granted, Ole Miss has turned it around in the last 3 or 4 weeks, looking really good, making themselves a solidified college football playoff team. I mean, the Georgia gets the lead. They put a cushion, and then Ole Miss comes back. Georgia comes back, and Ole Miss still is able to find a way to win that one. Indiana being the only team to get rid of this bit of a curse that the bye teams have. I mean, a month off of football is a long time, even for college guys who are younger and they're all fit. Yes, it's time spent away from the field, time spent away from getting better with your brothers, and it is definitely proven to be a factor now in this college football playoff format. There's also a lot of bowl games on today. There's some bowl games that we talked about that went on over the last few days that we're going to get into today, fellas. But I want to take a step back and just overall take a good look over the things that we've been betting. We've been heavy on college football because a lot of the teams that we all like individually have been playing well this season. We are obviously all big NBA guys. But betting is more than just a day-by-day thing. There's ways to look into futures bets, there's seasons bets. And I want to ask you guys just what you're looking forward to most in this new year is in terms of teams, betting, sports. How do you guys want to go about attacking this new year and go about making money with these punches the best way possible? Philly, I want to ask you first. I guess I'm not really asking a set thing there, but ultimately, where do you think the ticket punchers, the direction for the ticket punchers in terms of leagues and teams, where do you think we are best suited, and where do you think we need to find some ways to start finding more punches?
Yeah, I feel like we've done, pretty good in the player prop market. I think maybe our forte is, money line and spread bets in most of the different sports. But overall, I think we've been decent, but I just have a feeling, in this new year that we're going to get more tickets punched for y'all. Not that, we didn't, the end of last year, but I think overall for us, it's more the money lines and spreads. We don't tend to get into too many totals. Maybe we could start, looking at a few unders on player props because, unders hit just as much as overs do. So, but yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that we have kind of missed out on in the last few weeks on the ticket punchers. We do a great job with pro player props, but I think there's still lots of different season-long props we're going to start taking a look into. We're going to I say all this because, JR, I want to look into the futures. We've took some futures this year. We've written some of them down. We've been trying to keep track of them. And, I mean, with the flip of the new year, I think with certain leagues, teams and players start taking things more serious. That's the case in the NBA with the trade deadline coming up. And obviously, teams kind of starting to get a real feel for who's good and who's not. It kind of leads into who's buying in, who's playing hard, and who's not. So I kind of want to ask you the same thing, JR. Where do you think the ticket punchers had some success, and where are you ready to go and find some more success this season with our official punches?
Yeah, I was kind of looking back on, what we did accomplish just between October and, the first of the year. Individually, I think on our triple punch, we can start trying to get a little bit closer to as even kill as, right at 100 instead of going, sometimes, above minus 150, closer to 200. We can start getting a little bit more even so that our viewers can start taking the lines individually as straights. That's the one thing that we definitely want to preach full time is, just build a bankroll before you start betting on parlays and things like that. So if you take Curtis's or Roman's or my lines individually, I feel like you'd have a very higher, hit rate. Roman's cooking, for several days, then Curtis is cooking several days, and then, I'm here and there always, but, take straights and then, pick 2 out of the 3. And then if you have a little bit of extra bankroll, then definitely take the parlay. So just because we post a triple punch, you don't have to play it as a whole entity, but we can also start getting a little bit lower on the odds so that people can, have confidence in taking those as well.
We've had a lot of 2 and 3 days on the triple punch. Days where 2 of us are hitting, one of us is getting hooked, or one of us has got a wrong read, and that's definitely another point of emphasis. The amount of times I've bet the triple punch and individually loved each prop that just had one thing not go the way we want, it's happened a lot. But that's also why we wager small on parlays, and you build your bankroll up to have that kind of fun. Fellas, I want to have some fun this year. I want to change some things up a little bit. Ultimately, we're going to continue betting what we bet, but we do want to put a bigger emphasis on that triple punch parlay. We're going to follow that every day and continue to recap them and predict them going forward. I also kind of want to look into some players, create our own little storylines here on the Ticket Punchers. But you sent some interesting stats earlier on a Bryce Sensabaugh player statistic prop that has been hit under in 19 of his last 21 games going up against this type of opponent. Little things like that we're going to be buying more into here on the Ticket Punchers and really punching more tickets all together. Fellas, though, ultimately, we have to get into tonight, though. We're going to recap a bit at the end of the show when we get into our official punches on how December looked ultimately for us. But there's ball games on right now. There's bowl games happening later in the day. We've got college basketball on. And then, of course, we've got some of the better teams in the NBA playing tonight as well. I want to ask you guys, where are you guys headed into 2026 for your first official punches of the new year? Where are you guys going to be looking? JR, we'll start with you. I don't know if you've been able to get into an in-depth, detailed dig while you're still on a commute here right now, but Lakers in action tonight. We've got Thunder and Warriors in action tonight. I feel like teams in the NBA are really starting to finally catch that groove and get to the level of play that we kind of projected in the beginning of the season. And the same thing's happening in college basketball right now. Non-conference slates are over. Conference slates are starting. So you know that you're getting those true top evenly matched teams going up against each other. Not maybe necessarily like top of the conferences going up against each other, but you know you're getting more evenly based teams. So JR, I want to ask you first, how are you starting 2026 off with your official punches here on the Ticket Punchers here today?
Yeah, my 2 favorite lines of the entire night are definitely LaMelo Ball, over 20.5 points. He's been over this in the last 10 plus games, sometimes breaking just above 21. But for the most part, he's averaging, I believe, like close to 23 points a game. They go up against the Bucks tonight, which I imagine Porter would be guarding him, give or take. But he's been scoring consistently. Last couple games, he's, scored over 4 or 5 threes. So definitely love his line. That's minus 125. Or actually minus 106 on FanDuel, minus 102 on DraftKings. And then my second favorite one, I love me some Bobby Portis. I'm going to go with Bobby Portis over 11.5 points at minus 125. So those are the 2 that I'll start with. All of my other ones that I'm still researching once I get home, I'll push out on the X account, which would just be some Laker props and some team props as well.
Like those as well. Go ahead and try to drop those in the chat with us right here if you can, JR. We'll get those out to the visual aspect as well. As you all know, we are live on YouTube, live on X right now via the Ticket Punchers accounts. If you want to catch us visually outside of the radio, Philly, talk us into what you're taking tonight. It's 2026, new slate for our record. We're 0-0 here on the month of January. How are we going up to making some money with our punches tonight, Philly?
Yeah, I'll start with the game that JR mentioned, the Bucks versus the Hornets. And I'm going to take another Hornets point prop, and that's Con Knippel over 17.5 points at minus 114. He's averaging around 22 points his last 10 games and on the road overall this season. He's hit this in basically 8 straight games. The one he missed, he only played 15 minutes in a game where he got injured versus the Magic. He had 16 points in 15 minutes, so he was on pace to get that as well. But he's also playing in his hometown in Milwaukee, which he already had 32 points versus this Bucks team in Milwaukee. So I like him to get, 18 points this time, around again. And then I like Trey Jones over 20.5 points and assists at minus 115. If y'all don't know, the Bulls are without Josh Giddey and Kobe White. Trey Jones going to be the main, facilitator. The first game, without both of those guys, he had, I believe, 20 points and 12 assists. So he flew over this line. Going against the Magic, who are in the last 7 games, have allowed the 3rd most points and 5th most assists. And, his big brother is over there on that sideline for the Magic as well. So that's always an extra motivation to go out there, and have a good game as well. So Trey Jones over 20.5 points assists. I love both of those lines.
You guys are both in the NBA with your first official punches for the night, and I love that. I'm going to be big in the NBA tonight. But, fellas, I'm on some college basketball tonight. And in specific, I'm on Michigan State. This Michigan State team, they've been elite all year long. And they're going up against the Nebraska Cornhuskers side that I think personally is fraudulent. They are 13-0. They are the number 13 team in the nation right now. They beat an Illinois team that was, I think they both went into those games at 12-0, or no, they beat an Illinois side that has, I thought in that game at that point in time, looked like the better team, had played better competition, and had proven more. And I'm not going to say they handled them, but they beat them 83-80. They had an amazing second half in that game on the road. They are hosting Michigan State tonight, but fellas, if I'm being honest, I don't think this Nebraska side's played enough quality opponents. They did beat Oklahoma. They did beat Kansas State. I mean, Oklahoma, that's a good win there. Kansas State looks a bit iffy. I mean, they just don't really impress me, if I'm being honest. And I just don't think the good teams that they have played, they're not as good as what was projected preseason, right? I think Nebraska catches its first loss tonight. I really do. I like Michigan State outright. This line did move from 1.5 up to 2.5. But fellas, the way that I've seen out of these two teams, this is just going off what I've seen. I'm not looking at any numbers. I'm going off when I watch Michigan State, when I watch Nebraska. Michigan State plays harder defensively than me, in my opinion. And I think that the way that they go about attacking offensively, it's not as pretty as Nebraska, but they've got the athleticism to make it happen. I think the team that wins more, the free throw battle in this game does win, and I think that's going to be the Michigan State side. So give me Michigan State on the upset tonight. And that matchup in college basketball, top 25 team in action, the 2 top 25 teams in action as number 10 plays number 13. That's really the only thing I did really love in college basketball. I have a jab, though, because Michigan has been handling business, and something tells me that USC, in my gut instinct, they're going to be able to play that closer than the 22.5 is suggesting tonight. I know that you look at the Maryland game, you look at how Michigan's played against teams that are not necessarily as good as USC, but close. They've handled them. They're due for a regression, I think, and I think that comes in not winning by 23 points tonight against another top 25 team in USC. That is bottom of the top 25. They just got in. They snuck in at the number 25 seed. They're 24 seed, I'm sorry. They're 12-1, having not really played many good teams, if I'm being honest, and that one loss coming to who did they lose to? Oh, I'm forgetting here. USC's one loss, but they haven't had the toughest schedule yet. They lost to Washington. That's what it was, at home on their home floor. They're not anything spectacular, but they're not bad either. I think that they can keep that within 23 points, if I'm being honest. That's just a jab, though, because Michigan's scary. They can be scary good. They can be down 5 at halftime and still win a game by 18 points, right, as we've already seen. But that's just a official punch for tonight in college basketball and a quick little jab for tonight as well. Did you guys have anything in college, as we've got all these football games on, all these college basketball games on? I mean, Philly, I know there's a team total or a line somewhere within these spreads for this college football, because I know I've got a couple, but I was going to ask you guys first, are you taking any college football tonight with the 2 games we've got left with Arizona and SMU, and then Wake Forest and Mississippi State? JR, we'll start with you on those.
I was kind of looking at the Arizona SMU game. It's tough, man. I kind of want to take Arizona in this one. but SMU just puts up so many damn points. So I don't have anything official yet. I'm still, trying to fill out where I want to go with it, but I'll definitely have something here in a little bit. But I'm leaning towards Arizona. I might do a Curtis move and just take like team total points with 21.5, something like that, where it has to be 3 scores to make the odds a little bit better, because I do know that a lot of points will be scored in this. I don't see their defenses really holding each other that much. Definitely thinking both teams will score over 22 to 23 points individually. So I just don't love SMU's -1.5, man, unless they just put up a barrage of points, which that's what they're known for, but don't know yet. So we'll see.
How about you, Curtis?
Yeah, I did have a college basketball bet that was earlier in the day between FIU and New Mexico State. I took FIU's team total, which cashed. And then I do currently have a play in the Navy-Cincinnati game that just started about over an hour ago, I believe. But I was on Navy -7.5. Not sure what the score. Well, it was 7-7 by the time we was on the show, I believe. I'm not even sure what the
still 7-7 now.
Okay.
Navy has the ball right now on their own 29.
Okay, so I mean maybe a live line on Navy. If y'all want to take a jab at that, I'll love it. But yeah, as far as the late games go, I don't have anything. I do lean JR's side in that the over in the Arizona SMU game. These are two teams that put up some points. So I think it was 55, or it was somewhere in that range, that total.
53.5, or no, that one was 54.5.
Okay, yeah. So I do. It's just a jab, but yeah, I lean to some points being scored in that game as well, but none official.
I got Mississippi State money line. I do think they win outright against Wake Forest. The dudes they've got on their defensive line, they should probably be able to run the ball how they want to in this one, even with some backups potentially playing. Give me Mississippi State. I lean SMU just because of Kevin Jennings playing. He's experienced. He's the probably the most experienced player in this game, if I'm being honest. So I think that ultimately that offense, the way that he's able to maneuver in that offense, going up against a Arizona side that has a couple of guys not going to be playing on their defensive side, SMU should be able to roll offensively there, in my opinion. So I like that. Fellas, I do have to ask before we move on to anything else, did you guys check your DraftKings mystery boost yet?
No.
I'll recommend getting on there. I got the 100% mystery boost for an NBA bet tonight in DraftKings, and I had 2 buddies who also got the 100% boost. So I'm thinking that maybe they're just throwing that boost out. They show you what the 4 different options are that you could potentially get, but if we have a 100% boost on DraftKings, we are probably going to have to develop a little bit of a bet for that one. Yeah, the options are a 25% all-purpose, a 30% same-game parlay, a bonus bet, and then a 100% all-purpose boost. And I got that 100% all-purpose, which means, we can bet anything as long as it's -200 or greater. It could be a straight bet. It could be 2 legs, 3 legs, but hopefully we'll try to come up with something good for that, fellas. I do have to ask, are you guys looking into NFL early already? Because I've got some player props in the NFL that it's Friday. We've got to give the weekend official punches out. We've got to address NFL this Friday because maybe not so many as teams playing for something. There's a lot of players playing for something due to money, right? Rico Dowdle, I've got him anytime touchdown. He'll get a $250K bonus from this touchdown on top of a $1 million bonus from 7 yards he needs. So we know he's going to get that 7 yards, but you have to think that they're going to probably try to get him that touchdown. Juwan Jennings, 4 receptions. He needs that to get over to his, I believe, $300K incentive. And then we've got Tony Pollard, over 65 rushing yards. Those are my 3 NFL player props, as all 3 of those guys are going to be eagerly looking to get to that mark for their incentives financially. Do you guys have any maybe teams that you're thinking, okay, this team's playing for this spot? We know the Ravens and Steelers and what that means, but and obviously like Saints, Saints and Falcons, and if the Falcons lose, what that means for the Buccaneers and whatnot. What are you guys looking at in the NFL? Because there's a lot of different ways to go about looking into the NFL betting when it's Week 18. It can get a little bit nasty out there when some teams are playing for everything. Some teams are purposely not going to be going out there and playing. And then you've got teams like the Bears who are don't have to play everybody, but that's not the way that they roll. That's not the way that they rock. They're going to play their guys. They're going to go out there and try to get stats, right? Team like the Saints doesn't necessarily have a lot to play for, but Tyler Shuck on the cusp of winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. So you know the offense is going to be all out trying to make sure he looks good. JR, anything you looking at, Curtis? Anything you're looking at NFL? I guess we'll start with you, Curtis, before JR. Anything you are keeping your eye on due to maybe incentives or teams for NFL this weekend?
Yeah, I'll start with my Bears. Caleb Williams, as we know, the Chicago Bears, the only team in the NFL that has never had a quarterback throw for 4,000 yards. And we have Caleb Williams sitting 270 passing yards away from hitting that mark. His line sitting at 236.5 passing yards. This is something he's hit in only half the games, 8 of the 16 games. But like I said, like whether he says it or not, or Ben Johnson, tries to deny it, I think he's gonna try to go get that passing record. I'll go ahead and drop that as an official punch. It was gonna be a jab, but I'll go ahead and drop it as an official punch for Caleb to get over that 236.5 passing yard mark. So yeah, the Lions defense, they're about middle of the pack, versus quarterback passing yards. And yeah, like you said, Roman, we could sit out our starters, but I think we want that 2 seed to, face the Packers. So yeah, I think Caleb will. I don't think we're just gonna be completely running the ball.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, so
we're gonna let Caleb go and win that game.
Yeah. So I think I'll do that, and I'll probably ladder him up to 270 for a little bit of plus money. Nothing crazy. I'd say be careful, with some of these incentives being week 18, like you already said, Roman, you got teams that don't have much to play for, teams that might be tanking, try to get a better draft pick, and it's just a lot that you have to be worried about in the last, week of the season. And then I'll go to your Saints. This will be a jab, but, Tyler Shuck, like you said, fighting for, offensive rookie of the year. And so I think he's going to go over his passing yards as well. I forget it. It's around 233, I believe, and a half. And that's something he's hit in 6 of his last 7 games.
Yep.
And yeah, I think the ball is just going to be in his hands a lot. He's going to be a lot of plays. Maybe you can try to take his overpassing touchdowns as well. I think he's really going to try to get this offensive rookie of the year. So those are 2, or official punch and a jab, that I like in the NFL this week.
I love it. JR, you got anything?
Yeah. Let's start with – let's pull it up. I got Philly minus 4.5 against Washington. It's currently minus 111. This is at home. I think the Eagles are going to finish the season strong. Looking at injury reports, they don't have too much going on, so not concerned. I think they close out strong going into the playoffs. I love LA minus 7 versus the Cardinals. Last time I checked it, it was minus 120. Looks like the odds are getting adjusted. The original line was set at 10.5, but I altered this down to 7. You can even take 8. In my opinion, 8 to 8.5 is still a really good spot. And my favorite line of the entire weekend is going to be Colts at Houston. I think Houston is going to run these boys out of Texas. I think the line right now is set at 10.5. I would take out the hook and just take them at minus 10 at minus 108. I think that's the best line. I don't think they're going to rest many players. I think they should definitely cover this 10. Is Phillip playing? I hadn't seen that he was sitting or anything, so I think they're going to let him finish it out. I think that defense is going to tee off on him, So those are my lines.
I like it. That's going to wrap us up here with our official punches and on the radio side of things here with the Ticket Punchers. Thank you all so much for tuning in and listening here on the WXVW Live Airways. Stay tuned if you want, though. We're going to be live still on YouTube and on X for a few more minutes to get that triple punch parlay out to you guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. This has been Roman, Kelly, Curtis Phillips, and JR Anderson for the Ticket Punchers. We'll be back Tuesday next week right here on the Big X at 5:30. Fellas, let's go punch those tickets.
Punch the tickets.
All right, guys, let's get that triple punch parlay out there to you guys. I've already got my piece ready, but I didn't know we didn't have enough time, obviously, to get it out on the live radio aspect of the segment. So we can get that out now, as we'll have some YouTube listeners and some X listeners to get that for. And then, of course, we'll tweet that out as well. But what are you guys thinking for our triple punch parlay for tonight? Curtis, let's whoever's ready, whoever's got theirs ready to go, we can get you guys to get yours to start off.
Yeah. You got yours ready, JR? If not, I'll go.
Go ahead, Philly.
Yeah. I'll do Con Knipple. I know I took his points, but I'll take his 3 3-pointers made. I believe this is around minus 180, I want to say. Let me confirm that real quick. But I believe he's hit that in 7 or 8 straight games. He's hit four more threes in, I believe, 7 or 8 straight games. So I'm gonna take him to keep that streak going. Yeah, minus 180.
I like it. I've been rocking with this prop for a little bit now, but y'all know, that boy Desmond Bane, he's been covering for us. He actually had a couple games where he wasn't, but he got back right. He's been back shooting correctly. I think Paulo getting back out there kind of relieves some of the pressure for him, and he's usually actually more efficient. The less shots, but a little bit more efficient here as of late. We're going 1 point over 21. I like the juice on the 21 plus, or over 20. I'm sorry. His current line sitting at 21.5, I believe, for the over-under. We're taking it watered down by 1 point for him to get that 21 points exactly. I think he gets well over 22 or 23 points, but with the way that the Chicago likes to get up and down and not really play a lot of perimeter defense all that much. Give me Desmond Bane on the 22-plus points here, or on the 21-plus points here for my triple punch, fellas. Say yours for me one more time, Philly. You had Con Knipple. I heard the odds on winners. Con 3 plus 3s.
Minus 180.
I want to take a spicy one, but I don't want to lose it for us. It's not crazy. It's just his minutes are only 24, which is not amazing.
We're gonna get that first one of the year, man.
I was looking at Gary Trent Jr. points and assists. His line is only at 6, but I was looking at taking him at 9.5, which is plus 199, which is crazy to me. Because head to head, he averages 11.2 playing 24 minutes. Points and assists 9.5 plus 199. I would say even if we water it down to 6.5, it's minus 132. I'll go Gary Trent Jr. points and assists over 6.5 at minus 132 to be safe.
That's crazy low.
Crazy, dude. Like, I get it. Like, he's had 2 games. Like, if you look at these 2 games against Chicago, he scored 6, but I think something was going on where he was on minutes restriction, and then the next game he scored 9. But out of the last 5, he scored 11, 18, 13, 6, 9, and then the last one 10 on December the 29th. I mean, for plus 199, I would, for points and assists as a combo, I'd love that as a cover. Even though he's coming off the bench, normally I don't take guys that are not starting, but this one I'd say watered down because I think he definitely hits 2 threes, and then it's going to come down to whether he gets an assist or scores again, which I think in 24 minutes is definitely doable.
And Giannis, I believe, still on his minute restriction too. So.
Yeah. I know. I took Bobby. I know Bobby's going to have a good night with Bulls being his former team. So over 6.5 as the official. But if you want to be spicy out there, if you're still watching and listening, you can do the 9.5. I think he covers that for sure. I think he's due for a big night.
Let's do it. First punch of the new year.
I love it, fellas. Let's go punch it.
Yes, sir.
Did one of y'all build it?
No, I just wrote them down. I'm not gonna be able
I'll
to
do
build
it
it
now.
All right, I say build it and just send it that way. I can screenshot it and post it. What else y'all got?
It's all for the 9, honestly.
Yeah, I'm taking Lakers money line
Ooh.
at
Is
home. Grizz.
job playing?
I believe so, but it's a back-to-back for him, isn't it?
I think so. I think they played. Was
Grizz?
that last night when Ja played the night before last, right? When he went off for the 45.
Yeah, I don't think the Grizzlies played last night. They may have.
Sure.
I think it was a night ago, but still.
Oh, they played on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Did you guys see
Yeah, that's my own.
Did you see that Edgecombe block yesterday?
Yeah.
No.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was on what was it, Williams? The guard with last name is Williams for the Mavericks. Might have been Hardy, actually.
I know you're talking about.
I don't know if it was Hardy or Williams, but his like eyes were above the rim.
Had to punch on him. Then he stared at him. Another line I really like. I don't know how well y'all follow Washington, but Bub Carrington's line for 9.5 points is plus 100. He's coming off of a 20-point game against Milwaukee, 10-point game against Phoenix, 12 against Memphis, 15 against Toronto. He's 90% in the last 10, and he's plus money to go against Brooklyn of all people. They do have lengthy wings, but he's playing 30 minutes. I think 10 points in 30 minutes against Brooklyn is not a hard feat.
10 points is his line at
plus money?
Yeah. Over 9.5. Bub Carrington. He's coming off of a 20-point game. He's 90% in the last 10. That's why I really like it.
I'll tell you on that.
Brooklyn ain't playing no defense.
So Fanatics, the odds are plus 365. I couldn't find Trent's points and assists on FanDuel.
Yeah, they probably don't have them on everything. I think that line was on DraftKings.
Yeah, I'm gonna see DraftKings. The odds are better.
I always use the locators to see like who has the best odds. But
yeah.
Whatever you want to build it on, you can alt it up. I mean, I still think he gets the 7. Everybody was taking Kristaps Porzingis since he's 5 of 5 and 90% in the last 10 to get 15 points. He's another one that's plus 104 for 14.5, which is kind of crazy to me going up against New York. Former team, I think he's going to come out spicy meatball, but I think he is on minutes.
New York too.
Yeah, I think he's on minutes restriction too, though. Potentially.
See, on DraftKings, we can't take Bane for 21 plus, though. It's only 20 plus.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, I know. It goes from 20 to 23. It's like, what?
Yeah, it's because everybody took that line. So they take it off. That's why I stopped using them.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, yeah, Fanatics are probably the only book we can play. 365. Maybe that's a sign. 365.
Some really good lines tonight. Really good lines.
I lean San Fran tomorrow. Underdogs.
Yeah, I was looking at the over. I definitely think that's going to be a scoring game.
Yeah.
I was looking at some of the insights on it. What was it that I saw? What's that game at?
I think they won home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Try to go to Super Bowl at home.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know everybody's taking Seattle money line, 92.9% in the last 14 games. They've only lost once. The line is minus 136. And you know what they say when all the money for the public is going towards one team,
Boy.
the red phone will ring.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
What's the spread? I think the stat I saw was on the spread about San Fran being at home.
I did hear though they may sit some guys,
Seattle.
for San Fran, just for injury risk. I know Trent Williams got hurt last week.
Oh yeah.
Kittle may sit again.
Even with Trent leaving in the first quarter, or whatever it was, they still McCaffrey was gutting them.
Mm-hmm.
Gutting them the whole game. Seattle. Yeah, I think Shanahan's going to game plan to neutralize the speed of that defense and that pass rush. I mean, they've already been doing it the last several weeks with getting McCaffrey the ball underneath really fast and allowing him to operate, even if it is freaking 10 catches a game for 200 yards all purpose. They don't care. Whatever they got to win. Still waiting on the receiving crew to wake up, man. Like Jennings, and boys. Like the only one that's really been balling is Pascal. Is Kittle back or is he still IR?
I don't think they're gonna play Kittle, honestly.
Let's see.
I know he was still. I believe it may have been questionable. I know he was still on the injury list.
Yeah. Kittle, he's questionable. Left ankle sprain. He's gonna play. I bet he plays. Ricky's questionable as well with his knee.
Yeah.
Trent Williams hamstring questionable. We'll see. I don't know. -2.5. I kind of like San Fran on that spread, man.
Yeah, I'm saying.
And all the money's going towards Seattle in a landslide. But if it was at Seattle with 12th man, I would damn sure be on Seattle side. But the money would cause the lines to go crazy. I kind of like San Fran to cover, even on
crazy. Seattle actually plays better on the road for real, but I think they get back.
Yeah. Good deal. What you got, Rum?
Nothing else that I found. There was one prop that I did like. I'm on the Maxine Renault 8+ again because they've got his odds have dropped a little bit on it. I mean, he's getting up over that 10 mark.
Who they play tonight?
Consistently. Tonight they've got who was it? I just had it pulled up.
I can't trust them Kings after the other day.
They've got the Suns tonight going up against Mark Williams. That's why he's got his odds on 8 are a little bit better than they typically are. But I mean, he's covered 8+ and
I'm scared with that 14.
Seven of his last 8 games.
Yeah.
14 for Mark.
No, Renault's covered the 8+ in 7 of his last 8 games. He's going up against Mark tonight, though.
Yeah.
That's why they got his odds for 10+ are usually like +105. And now they've got him almost like at a even or like a -175, I believe, for the 8+, which he's normally like -250 for the 8+.
Yeah. And Sacramento played last night.
No, they got beat by 40 the other day. Oh my God. The
Clips. They're about to get waxed tonight.
I think so.
Coming off a back-to-back at Phoenix. And they had to get on a plane last night and travel. Yeah, they about to get hurt.
Yeah, they ready to get tore up tonight.
Russell Westbrook looked absolutely abysmal last night. I don't know why. Like, it was a close game because Schroeder was cooking, and so was slow motion. What's his name? Kyle
Anderson.
Yeah, he was cooking, and then they subbed Schroeder out, and it just opened up a gash. It was like an 11-point deficit as soon as he came out the game. I think Russ shot like 1 for 10, 1 for 11 from three. He couldn't hit
So
the side
almost
of
on Kings now?
Huh?
So he's on the Kings, Kyle Anderson?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I like somebody's going to have to rebound the basketball for the Nuggets tonight. Deron Holmes will play a good amount of minutes. His 6+ is at -192. I mean, he's probably going to have 8 or 9 rebounds tonight just from the minutes he'll play at the 5 spot. Yeah, he's got Jared Allen and Mobley playing, but I don't know where the defensive rebounds are going to come for the Nuggets, and I'm trying to take a look because the odds are crazy for everybody.
No, actually, I'm tripping. Kyle Anderson is on the Jazz. I was watching both games side by side. In my head, he was on Sacramento because of the purple, but it's the Jazz. Yeah, he was cooking last night. 32 minutes, 22 points, 8 rebounds.
Oh, yeah, it's that, what's it called? From 5 every Friday from 6 to 7:30, FanDuel gives those 5 30% out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, oh, wait. You got 17 minutes or so. Or does it start at 6 or 6:30?
6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just got mine.
Okay, bet. Yeah. I'm going to use that too.
I got
well, 5 of them, but
I got a made 2+3s parlay that are cooked up.
how many people on it?
10.
Jesus.
you knew it was going to be
10 for $10 to win 13 grand.
Jeez.
What we got?
We got Cedric Coward.
I like it.
Lug Dort.
Wait, this is 3+3s or 2+?
2+.
2.
Oh, okay. I like that better.
2 even. Here's the controversial one. I think he bounces back tonight. Russell Westbrook. That's plus 5,000 right there. I'm joking.
When he shoots 2 for 6 tonight, yeah, I like it.
Hey, listen, I love it. He's gonna hit 2. Shaden Sharp, that's the heaviest negative one. So I'm confident in that one. Bobby Portis, he's hitting 2. Vucevic, Chicago.
He's shooting enough. I don't know if he's making 2.
Yeah. Zachary Ricochet, however the hell you say his name, I always mess it up. Dean Wade, Pascal Siakam, and Carlton Carrington.
Okay.
That ain't bad.
That's what I'm saying. Like it seems right for one of them.
Yeah.
One of them $10, 13 grand. Not even I'd probably put 5 on it.
That's your Lazard guy. Why not parlay right there? Yep.
Why not?
I got a 3-leg of teams that I'm going to rock with for tonight.
3-leg of teams.
Yep, I'm going Knicks -3.5 at -170. We know what they do at home. That's watered down from 7-point favorites or 6.5-point favorites that they're at right now. Lakers straight up and the Magic straight up. Those 3 at +281 with one of these 30% boost up to +365 for a little 3-leg action there for just 3 teams.
We're getting a lot of 3-6-5s today, huh? Our triple punch, yeah, same thing. Okay. Gotta take it now.
Wow. LSU's paying Lane Kiffin $500,000 after Ole Miss won their playoff game tonight. That's crazy.
It's $250 per game.
That's crazy.
For the 2 wins, he made them pay up.
So what happens if they win the next one?
Another $250.
That's love. Kiffin made $500,000.
What if they win it all?
Sit on the couch. Wild. That's wild.
Watching his team play.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I was impressed. What's his name? Trinidad? Lottery pick.
Hey, he's cold.
Lottery pick. Like I haven't seen that mental calmness in a long time, bro. Like
he played great against Georgia the first time though.
Bro, in every clutch moment, he looked unfazed. How tall is he? Was he like 6'3"?
I'd say
He had the one play there at the end where they're forcing him to run a play to try to get closer into field goal range where he wanted to throw a pick.
Yeah, he just kept
that was his only bad play the whole game.
Yeah, that's because the only route tree that they were running was freaking Diggs.
To the outside, yeah.
Diggs and
he
out.
knows what you're doing.
Yeah, he almost threw a pick on the one. The dude laid out for it.
Yeah, I put that on the coach. The coach. Like, why are you telling him to go and ask him to throw it to the defense?
If anything, do play action and throw it to your running back in the flat. Like that. That's the the old school Drew Brees. Peyton Manning.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, dude, he's solid. I don't know what his height and weight looks like, but dude, watching him play, I was like, I haven't seen this in a minute. Like he look NFL ready, and they run a pro style offense, but he's solid.
He's nice. D3 star right there too.
Yeah, because he has another year left, another 2 years. He's not a freshman.
I think he has another 2 years.
He transferred, right?
Yeah, he played D3 for some years.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm not for sure what his status is. I mean, y'all see Louisville football?
What, Brown transfer?
Well, everybody. I think we're gonna have a new starting 11 on offense.
Not looking bright.
Yeah. I'm scared Brown's going to, honestly.
To where?
I don't know. I don't think he is, but the fact that they haven't said anything yet is weird.
I thought if he was leaving, it was going to be Penn State and then Michigan, and now that they done moved off of him.
Now there's not a job better than Louisville.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't think.
Yeah.
I think we're BSing and not putting the dollars where our mouth is on the NIL side and on the contractual side.
Yeah.
But
all right, fellas, I got to get out of here. Got dinner with the moms.
If he waits about 2 more years, Alabama gonna be open.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
Fellas.